Greetings, this is Bob again. Today I want to cover in this video how to decode FAX using the KiwiSDR. And there's a couple things you need to know first. First, you have to realize that all these images that are going to be the output are weather related. They're going to be either weather related maps or they're going to be satellite images. And the next thing you need to know is, where do you want to get a map from? So the reason I ask is, if you're going to do the automatic way to decode the signal, let's go over here to extensions, do the pull down, go to FAX, and you can see right here it says Europe, Asia Pacific, Americas, and Africa. Alright, so do you want a map from Europe? You know, the weather maps pertaining to what's going on in Europe, or Asia Pacific, Americas, and so on and so forth. So in this particular case, I chose a receiver in Tokyo, Japan. So I'm going to, for the exercise that we're going to do, I'm going to choose the Asia Pacific pull down here, and as you can see, there's different location: Point Reeves, Honolulu, Kodiak, which is in Alaska. Let's see what else we got. Wellington, New Zealand, I'm guessing that's what that is. Here's Australia, and here we go. Here's Tokyo. There are three frequencies here: 3622.5, 7795, and 13988.5. So the first thing you do is just pick the first one. And you can just barely hear, oh, there it goes, the signal's coming in, but it is extremely weak. Also, I'm going to clear out this board here, the output board, and I'm going to mute this so it's not annoying. So you could barely hear it there. I'm going to choose this second frequency because that first frequency, this frequency, just is not going to do it. It's going to be terrible map. So let's choose that one. Oh, look there. That bad boy is thick. It is very strong. Let me crank up the audio so you can hear it. There you go. So what it's doing is it's taking this signal, running it through the decoding process, and then it's taking the decoded information and transferring it to an image up here on this board, this decoding board, I guess you can call it. And as you can see, this is a strong signal, and this map actually looks pretty good. If it was a weak signal, the image would be washed out. It'd look pretty terrible, actually, and it's the kind of image you don't want. But so right now, you could see the image looks pretty good, and we're just going to let this run. And I am going to let it run its course, and then I'll come right back. Alright, we've approached the end of the transmission, and you can see that image turned out really nice. I'm going to mute this. So here's the image. Of course, it's not a full image, the full map, because we picked it up right in the middle of the transmission. If you can see, the map is kind of quartered off. And a way to fix that, if you put your pointer up there, you can see there's a little dialog box that says shift click touch to align horizontally. So I'm going to shift left click, and you see it made a little adjustment there, and boom, it lined right up. Of course, we're not going to be able to see the entire map because, you know, I did pick up the transmission in the middle of the before it started. So what I could do here is save image as, and I am going to store it in my Japan file. I'm going to put it right there. Going to save it, and I'm going to pull this up so we can get a closer look at what we got. And although it's not the full map, this is what we have. So it looks like it's has to do with surface pressure of the ocean around Japan. And you know, if you can read this stuff, my hat's off to you. It'll keep you busy, I'm sure, just looking at it and checking it out. So that's what that particular map's about. So I'm going to clear this out, and as you can see, there's already another transmission that started. I'm going to let that run through, and I want to talk about this down here, part of this dialog box. So we determined we wanted to weather map has something to do with what's going on around Japan. So we chose and found this signal, or this frequency, to be the best frequency, you know, that's pumping out the best signal to give us the best image. Now down here, here's a pull down. It says LPN. This is short for lines per minute. And it's been my experience that every one of these weather maps is 120 lines per minute. So just leave it there. Don't change that. You'll always leave it there. So also, here's a box. I always leave auto align checked, and I think this has to do with vertical auto aligning, because sometimes the signal, if you don't have auto align, will not align properly vertically. And I leave auto stop unchecked because sometimes I forget to uncheck it, and when the next signal comes through, it just sits there idly. It will not do anything until you uncheck it and have it start. And something that I probably should have covered at the very beginning is, if you look at this link, it says fax transmission schedules. So if you were to hit, if you were to click on that, you would get this. This is a Worldwide Marine Facsimile Broadcast Schedules. And this covers basically the entire world. The facsimiles for the weather stations that are around the world transmitting these images via fax. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go down the list here. So here's Africa. Here's Asia. We do want Asia. So I'm going to click here, the first page that has information on it, and here we go, Tokyo, Japan. Right now the UTC is 2224. So if we go down the list here, so it says Tokyo, Japan, tells you the frequencies, and these frequencies were the frequencies that were in the pull down, and we're using 7795. And here is the timetable. So again, the UTC time is what was it, 2224. So let's go down the list. So we start here at 0000, go down to 0400, 06, that's not that. So then we go to the / the other side of that, 1350. Let's see, it's gonna be one of these times in here. And the names of the maps are next to the time too, so these are actually pretty close. It looks like it's going to be in one of these areas here, but if you want to get the map, the particular map for Japan, you're going to have to match the time up. So when you look at it, like test charts twice a day. Surface analysis, it's twice a day. 2440 and 1440 twice a day. So just keep that in mind. Also, we go down the list. Here is the Republic of Korea. Of course, we're still in Asia. Bangkok, Thailand. Japan, Singapore, and here's the times for it. Tokyo, you can almost be assured there is always going to be a signal up on one of those three signals. So if you just want to do a test run and kind of familiarize yourself with how to do the decode the FAX, Tokyo's a real good one to start with. I'll back out of here. So as you can see, it's still printing. The signal is still pretty strong. And it looks like we got a little bit of fuzzies here. It's kind of, I don't know if this is part of the map. Oh, it looks like it is part of the map, so never mind. Yeah, this is a pretty good map so far. So this is how you do it, what I call automatic style. Now let's see what you would do if you were to, be surfing along. I'm going to back out of here, out of this entire thing. Whoops, hit the wrong one. Just back out of here. I'm not going to do that image. All right, let's totally get away from here. All right, let's say we're surfing along. We're surfing along, looking for signals and so on and so forth, and then we see this signal here. Right away we know that this is a FAX signal first by how it looks and how it sounds. And sometimes if you're lucky, it'll even say right up here, have a little information box that says FAX. So what I do is I'll stay in upper sideband, and I will take the tuning bar and I will try to get as best centered up on that signal as possible. And then I will go over here to the pull down, go to fax. There it goes, it popped up. So again, I'm going to center up to the signal, and just don't do anything here. Just don't even mess with anything there, and make sure it's on 120. And that's it. You just center up to the signal, and if you look here, you could see that the map kind of has a grayish tint to it. Move the bar to the left a little bit, and if you look, you could see that the map lightens up. Yeah, see how it's gray here and it lightened up. So if you move it to the left, it's going to lighten up. If you move it to the right, the image is going to darken up. You could see how it's a darker gray. The images were meant to be more white than gray, so that's what that is. So here is basically it. This is basically how you well, this is how you do the decode the fax. And so if you have any questions, any further questions about this, let me know, and I could help you out if I can. And talk to you later. Bye.